Welcome. Thank you for tuning into this video from DKR United. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button to be notified of all our new video uploads and live streams. We have a lot of great content coming up and we don't want you to miss out.
Hello everyone, Rev Deanna here. I am coming to you live in front of the one of our hospitals in our communities. And I'm here in front of the hospital because today we are going to talk about health care versus health service. This is our third week of the I Wonder series, where we're looking at, I wonder what a 21st century Jesus would say about, and some of the modern issues that we're facing in our world today. And one of them is the state of our healthcare system and how we can, and not specifically, we're not doing it to like attack a specific sector or something, but think broader, like how we are called to care for and heal one another as people of faith, as followers of the way of Jesus and the teachings that he shared with us. And so we're looking in particular at some of the miracle or healing stories in our scripture, as well as so there's one from the Gospel of Mark where Jesus heals a leper that we're going to talk about and on Sunday, and also then there's a passage from 1 Corinthians, I think it's chapter 12, that we're also going to hear. And so contemplating is our system, our structure, set up to care for one another. And my colleague, Reverend Robin King, had said he thinks that we've moved more into a service. And as I was contemplating this whole health care discussion and the scriptures, and I was reminded of when I was in seminary. Part of my training was a requirement for, it's called CPE, Clinical Pastoral Education. And so basically it's like like Jesus did, it's compassionate listening. And one of the very first, I say compassionate listening, and I kind of laughed like it was simple, but it's not. Because actually, when we think that we're listening to one another, we're often actually listening with the intention of how we're going to respond. I know I'm very often guilty of that. Not truly listening, listening for what we want to say to contribute to the conversation. And it's really hard not to do. And we're also listening to help and solve, and we think that that's what the person needs, but really they just need someone to listen, period, full stop. Truly listen to them. And that is actually one of the things, the very first things that we learn in this clinical pastoral education that I took, is about how to listen and how to ask questions without leading the person to a direction that we feel they should go. And the other thing that we were taught very early on in that course was how important our role was, because so often in a clinical setting, like a hospital, a care center, any sort of kind of institution, if you will, often someone like a spiritual caregiver, like a minister or a person who has some pastoral training, often we are the only person there without an ulterior, that doesn't need something from them, or isn't coming to poke or test them, or you know, we are there to just listen to the whole story and to hear their journey. And that is about care. And listening to someone, truly listening and hearing what it is that they need, beyond any sort of like medical intervention, listening to that, truly hearing them, is so healing. And if you've ever had that happen to you, you'll understand what I mean. I know sometimes if I or my spouse have had a bad day, and they're ranting, right? And then I tend to be a helper personality, and so I'll come, and my spouse will say, you know, I just wanted you to listen. And it's just getting that off our chest helps so much. And so that's, I think, what I want us to do with our scriptures this week, is listen to them, to do with all the bombardment that we hear, to the conversations we hear about our healthcare system or lack thereof, and to really listen to our leaders, to our neighbors, to ourselves, and try and get at the root of what it is that we are longing for, that we are needing. The passage in the Gospel of Mark that we are going to be hearing on Sunday is about Jesus healing the leper. And so often, I think, in the healing stories, the healing that comes is from being listened to, from being shown a way into wholeness, that has more to do with being heard and seen as we are than it has to do with that kind of magical, miracle healing that often we associate with those stories. The power, healing is amazing. It happens when we are heard, when our complaints, our frustrations, our grief, our joy, our struggles, when they are truly heard and shared. There's so much healing in that. And the second passage from 1 Corinthians chapter 12 talks about, it's that we are many parts, one body, and that one part isn't any more important than the other. And so that is reminding us that, yes, we have triage in our care system, as it should be. You know, there's certain things that need to be dealt with first. But it's a reminder that we are all created in God's image, and not one of us is better than the other. And we are all deserving of love and care and compassion. It doesn't matter our race, our gender identity, our sexual orientation, our mood. You know, you come into some grumpy people, and I met, there's a person that I adore, and they said to me one time, you know, they're a bubbly, very loving personality, and they said, you know, yeah, even I'm too much for some people, but I just love them all the more. So that is listening to that and wondering what is behind it. Maybe even taking the time to get to know them a little bit, so that, well, actually I shouldn't say maybe, taking the time to get to know them, and so that maybe eventually we could figure out where that unhappiness is stemming from and help heal it in some sort of way, by listening, by caring, by being compassionate, by loving. For there is not a single one of us that is better than the other. For just like how we need our bodies function to get together, we as humanity need to function together. I wonder what a modern day Jesus would say about how we care for each other. May you continue to ponder that, to hold the teachings of Jesus in your heart as you go about your day. Take care and have a richly blessed day in this beautiful sunshine. Be safe out there. God bless. Bye.
Oh, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll be notified when new videos are posted or when we go live on YouTube. If you haven't already, be sure to check out our Facebook page called DKR United Church to see our local events, worship services, information, inspiration, and so much more. If you would like to be added to our email list for our newsletter, or if you would like to be a vendor for our big Christmas market, please contact the Killam United Church Office using the information in the video description below.